Development. The idea of development means progress or improvement in life. People have dreams and goals about how they want to live and what they want to achieve. Similarly, people also have ideas about how a country should develop for its citizens. Development makes us think about important questions like what are the basic things we need for a good life? How can life improve for everyone? How can people live together peacefully and equally? Can society be made fairer and more equal? Thinking about these questions and finding ways to achieve these goals is called development. It is a difficult and complex task, and this chapter introduces the basic ideas of development. Development is not just about economics. It is also connected to history and political science. Our present life is shaped by events and decisions from the past. To bring change, we need to understand how things have evolved over time. Achieving development goals requires a democratic process. This means people must have a say in decisions that affect their lives. Democracy helps turn hopes and ideas into real possibilities. What development promises? Different people, different goals. Development means different things to different people based on their needs and desires. Different people have different development goals. For example, a farmer may want good irrigation for crops, while a student may want quality education. So, what is development for one person may not be development for another. Let us look at another example. A girl may want equal opportunities and her brother's help in household chores. Her brother may not agree and may prefer traditional roles. Another example. Industrialists may want large dams to produce electricity for factories. But tribals whose land gets submerged due to the dam may oppose it. They may prefer small check dams or tanks for irrigation without displacement. That means development goals sometimes conflict with each other. What one group sees as progress may harm another group, showing that development is not the same for everyone. Income and other goals. Most people want regular work, better wages, and fair prices for the goods or crops they produce. These desires are linked to earning more income. But development is not just about income. People also value non-material things like equal treatment, freedom and security, respect from others, and a life free from discrimination. These non-material goals can be as important or even more important than earning more money. Let us see some more examples of non-material goals. Friendships and relationships, which add happiness and meaning to life. A respectful and safe working environment. Security and opportunities for personal growth. So when deciding on a job, people think beyond just income. Factors like whether the job offers regular work and job security, whether the job allows time for family and personal life, whether the work environment is positive and provides opportunities to learn. For example, a job with less pay but regular employment may feel more secure. And a high-paying job without security or time for family may reduce freedom and satisfaction. Now, let us see the development goals for women. When women are engaged in paid work, their dignity in the family and society improves. Respect for women increases, and due to this respect, family members take share in household work. They get greater acceptance for working outside the home. But women need a safe environment to take jobs or to start a business. So what it means is developmental goals include both material, that means money and resources, and non-material like freedom, respect, security, such aspects. People want a combination of these for a better quality of life. Now let us see the comparison of development between different countries or states. How to compare different countries or states? People may ask how some countries are called developed and others underdeveloped, if development means different things. To compare, we should look at both similarities and differences. For example, students in a class, they differ in height, health, talents, and interests. One student may be the healthiest, another may be the most intelligent, and another the friendliest. The way we compare depends on the purpose. To choose a sports team, we look at physical fitness and skills. To form a debate team, we focus on speaking ability and confidence. If we need to compare all-round progress, we combine many factors like cooperation, creativity, and marks, etc. In the same way, the comparison of countries is also done. Comparison of countries. For comparing countries, income is one of the most important factors. The idea is that higher income allows people to buy the things they need and want, making life better. What is the income of a country? The income of a country is the total income of all its residents combined. However, comparing total income is not very helpful because countries have different populations. To make it fair, we calculate the average income or per capita income. Per capita income is equal to total income of the country by total population. This shows how much on average each person earns in a country. Now let us see the World Bank's classification of countries as per 2019 records. Countries are classified based on per capita income. High income or rich countries, their per capita income is of US dollars 49,300 or more per year. Low income countries, the countries in which per capita income of US dollars 2,500 or less per year. Now let us see the India's status. India is a low middle income country with a per capita income of US dollars 6,700 in 2019. Then what are developed countries? Rich countries, excluding small Middle Eastern countries and others, are generally called developed countries. So here we understand that income is an important factor for comparing development, but it is not the only one. It helps in understanding if people in one country are better off than those in another. Income and other criteria. So we learned that development is not just about income. People value many things apart from better income, like security, respect, freedom, and equal treatment. Similarly, for a nation or region, other attributes are equally important along with average income. Income as a measure of development. Let us observe the table. It compares the per capita income of Haryana, Kerala, and Bihar in the year 2018 to 19. Here the per capita income means the average income per person in a state. Here Haryana has the highest per capita income, that is 2,36,147, and Bihar has the lowest 40,982. So based on the per capita income alone, Haryana would be considered the most developed state and Bihar would be the least developed one. Let us look at the other important criteria. Apart from income, other data like health and education are crucial for measuring development. Let us look at this table. Here, infant mortality rate (IMR). It shows the number of children dying before their first birthday per 1000 births. And look at the school attendance, percentage of children attending school beyond class 8. If we see the infant mortality rate, Kerala 7 infants die per 1000 live births, whereas Haryana 30 infants die per 1000 live births, that is 3 times higher than Kerala. Whereas in Bihar it is 32, which is higher than Kerala and Haryana. This shows that Kerala, despite having a lower per capita income than Haryana, performs much better in healthcare. Losing a child is heartbreaking for parents, so it shows how important health facilities are for development. Next, look at the school attendance, education. In Bihar, about half of the children aged 14 to 15 are not attending school beyond class 8. This means that if you were studying in Bihar, half of your classmates from primary school would not continue their education. Poor school attendance leads to lower literacy and fewer opportunities in life. So what it means is, development is not just about earning more money. Health and education are equally important to measure development. Even though Haryana has a higher income, Kerala is more developed in terms of health and education. Bihar, with low income, poor health indicators and low school attendance, faces many developmental challenges. Now, let us look at the public facilities. So we know that income is not enough for development. Even if people in Haryana have higher income than those in Kerala, it does not guarantee better quality of life. Money cannot buy everything, such as a pollution-free environment, pure unadulterated medicines, protection from diseases. Now, let us see the importance of collective facilities. Some essential services are best provided collectively, as this is cheaper and more effective. 1. Security. It is more affordable to provide security for an entire neighborhood rather than each house hiring its own guards. In the same way, education. Schools exist because many children want to study and society believes education should be accessible to all. Without government schools, families unable to afford private schools would miss out on education. Now let us see why Kerala performs better than Haryana. Kerala has better health and education facilities leading to a low infant mortality rate (IMR). Girls and boys in Kerala have better opportunities for education due to adequate facilities. Let us look at the challenges in other states like Bihar. In Bihar, half of the children aged 14 to 15 do not attend school beyond class 8 due to lack of facilities. This shows how poor infrastructure and lack of collective support can limit opportunities for development. Next we see global comparison of development. Let us look at this table. It has data belong to our neighboring countries. From this we understand that smaller countries like Sri Lanka performs better than India in key areas of health and education. Nepal and Bangladesh, despite lower incomes than India, have higher life expectancy. So this highlights the importance of healthcare and basic services over income alone. Now, let us see Human Development Index (HDI). HDI includes aspects like health, education, and income to measure development. The term human development emphasizes that the well-being of people is the most important aspect of progress. It focuses on improving people's health, education, and overall well-being. Now, let us see the suggestions for improving measures of development. So, development should also consider access to clean water and sanitation, gender equality and women's empowerment, environmental sustainability, job security, and work-life balance. So these aspects ensure that development benefits all citizens and improves quality of life. So what it means is development is not just about income but also about collective well-being, access to essential services, and improving the quality of life for everyone. Now let us learn about sustainability of development. Sustainable development. A developed country needs to either maintain its development level or improve further for future generations. This should be done in a way that does not harm future resources or opportunities. But what do the scientists say? Since the mid-20th century, scientists have warned that the current levels and types of development are not sustainable. So to understand this, we need to know about natural resources. There are two types: renewable resources. These resources that nature replenishes, like groundwater, crops, and plants. Even renewable resources can be overused if used faster than they are replenished. For example, overuse of groundwater happens when we extract more water than it is replaced by the rainfall. Next, non-renewable resources. These resources that exist in a fixed quantity and cannot be replenished, like fossil fuels like coal, oil, and minerals. Even if new resources are discovered, the total stock will eventually get exhausted if overused. Let us understand the relation between environmental degradation and sustainability. Environmental problems like deforestation, pollution, and climate change do not follow state or national boundaries. These issues affect everyone globally, and solutions must involve global cooperation. Sustainability of development is a relatively new subject where scientists, economists, philosophers, and social scientists work together. It focuses on how to ensure progress without harming the environment or future resources. The ongoing debate on development. The question of development is ongoing. As individuals and as a society, we must always ask, where do we want to go as a community? What do we want to achieve? What should our goals for the future be? This ensures that development aligns with long-term sustainability. So by this complete lesson, we understand that development must balance progress with resource conservation to protect the future. Sustainable development is essential for ensuring that growth benefits everyone without depleting resources for the next generation. So this is all about the lesson development.